Hey, I'm TDHA, and today we will be starting our Northern Italy How to Play Europa Universalis 4 campaign. I have started a custom nation with 200 points, and I have a small video showing how it's set up if you want to watch that. I'm not showing you how to create a nation. In this one, I've done that in an earlier episode, so you can look at that if you want to. So this is the first day, 11th November of 1444. It is the start date. I have not done anything except load up the game. So we are starting with 12,000 troops, 19 infantry and 9,000 infantry and 3,000 cavalry. And then we are starting with 2 navies, 11 ships in all. We are starting with a transportation fleet with some galleys, which will be our tactical fleet, and then a trade fleet consisting of 2 lights, and these will be sent to Alexandria right away, I think, or perhaps Seville. Yeah, it will be sent to Seville. So I will show you the trade screen in just a sec. No, we can do that right away. We can do that right away. Yeah, this is the trade screen. Here you can see the different markets. The arrows are the flow of the trade. So they are flowing from these trade nodes to end trade nodes. So Genoa is an end trade node. Venice is an end trade node. But yeah, and Seville is an end trade node. But for example, Tunis down here is not an end trade node. You can see trade is coming from way down in Africa to Tunis, and then from Tunis it's going to Seville and to Genoa. Yeah, and yeah, so I actually think it might be better to send it to Alexandria right anyway, even though it will generate a little less money and a little less power, but we will have one of these merchants set here, I think. Yeah, we will do that. We will say transfer trade power, and we will do that instead of being in Seville. And then we have one in Champagne up here, which is also just collecting because, yeah. But let's see, perhaps we should be, yeah, I don't know, collecting could be okay, so perhaps I should have sent him from Champagne to, no, the Seville is actually generating a little bit less. Okay, so that's fine. But that's how you move your merchants around, by clicking on the place you want to send it, and then you can collect from trade. That means that you take your part of the business and put it into your own pocket, or you can transfer trade power, so you can move trade power from one node to another node. Yeah. And if you do not collect in your node, you will automatically collect something. You can see we collect 5.6 here already because we have buildings and stuff like that. Yeah, so that was a little bit about trade. We will come back to that a little bit later, I think. Especially when we start looking. Yeah, these small squares are centers of trade. So we have 2 of them already, and they give bonuses to the trade. Yeah, and the colors, as I said, is the different markets. So we can see that we have 5 provinces in the Genoan trade node, and we have 1 in the Venetian trade node. So yeah, that was what I want to talk about trade right now. So more importantly right now, as we are starting up the game, is our alliances. It is kind of important to get off to a good start. So usually I would start checking the missions. These are small missions that can give you a little bit extra. So we have a Conqueror Albegner or something. I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah, and when we own it, the mission is complete. And when it is completed, we will get Inspiring Victory, which will give us 10% recovery speed of manpower and a yearly prestige of 1 plus 1. So that's okay. We could form an alliance with Ferrara, but I don't think we really would gain anything. Ferrara is this little 2-province nation up here, and I think we're just going to eat them. And we could improve the prestige to 50. Right now we are at 6. And we would gain 1 stability. I rarely take that mission because you have very little influence on the gain of prestige, and you have so many ways to get the 1 stability. So yeah, I normally doesn't bother, but this one I think could be quite good. But now we know what we have of missions, so now we can go to our rival screen by clicking this red banner up here. Here we can see who are already our enemies. We are not their enemies, but they see us as rivals. So, Genoa. We really want them because we have a mission to take some of their lands. So we will add them as a rival. We will click the shield here, take Genoa, and press OK. Yeah. Provence is located here and up here. We could rival them and try to hope France does it, and then use France as an ally. So that might actually be a good idea. We will fight the Papal State, but I think we will wait a little bit with that. So that leaves Milan and Provence. The reason I want to wait a little bit is that you get a lot of mission with solidifying papal relations and stuff like that. So, and if they are a rival, if you have rivaled them, it will be almost impossible. But it's hard when they already have rivaled us too. But I think we will take Provence. No, that was wrong. I did it wrong, like that, of course. And then we will take Milan. So, yeah. And we want to embargo those, but I want to look at our relations first. So we'll take this mission, and then we'll look at the relations. So now we have set everything up to fight Genoa and Provence, and hopefully get France as an ally. Right now France has England, Aragon and Castile as their rivals, but Provence has them as a rival. So perhaps something will happen here. I'll hope it anyway. So we will set up a royal marriage with them, and it should go through. The time is paused. If it wasn't the next day, it would tick in. So another good ally would be Hungary or Poland. Sometimes Austria can be a good ally too, but they will be the emperor, and right now we are part of the empire, so it is not as beneficial, because we will be in a lot of wars with the together with the emperor if we ally with them. And if you are in a war together with the emperor against somebody else, you can't declare war on other HRE members, and we don't really want that. Bavaria can be a strong ally here in the beginning too, but yeah, let's see. I think we will try Hungary, even though they have one reason too many against us, but we can improve relations with them, and then it should be okay. Yeah. So the next step is checking our coffins. Yeah, we are making 11.15 gold a month, so that's pretty good. So we have something to spend. The reason I wanted to see how much surplus we had was because we can go to this chair, and it will bring us to the advisory screen. Here you can hire 3 advisors, 1 administrative, 1 diplomatic and 1 military, and they can do different stuff for us. So let's see what we have. We will start the military. We can get more morale, that's okay, and he's a 1, so he costs 1 a month, and 16 up front. So that's not so much. That's okay. You can see this one has a +2 and he has a +3. So they get accordingly more expensive. But the benefits here are actually the same. The only thing you get is this. This is the amount of points, monarch points, we have them up here, that you get from this person. The important thing with these points is that they are what makes you your technology tick. So if you want to advance, you will have to pay these monarch points. Also, you can use them to boost stability, and improve the provinces and a lot of other stuff. You will see that as we go along. So, but yeah, for the price, I want him because he doesn't cost that much and he benefits me 1 monarch point and he gives my army a little bit more morale. So, in here, morale of navy, yeah, it will only be, I'm taking this one, but only because he gives me 1 monarch point. So I'm paying 1 ducat a month to get 1 extra diplomatic skill. So that's it. I'm not even considering these because the buy-in is too big. We do make a lot of money, but we need those to build up everything here in the beginning. So, oh, and we can get a yearly reduction of inflation. He's actually good. I would take him for that, not just for the monarch point. Yeah. So we can see we will gain 6 monarch points in all 3 categories. What we can do is click this little one of these, and it will make our focus. So it will add 2 to that. So if we chose administrative, which I will, and I will explain in a minute why, it will go up to 8, and the 2 others will fall 1. So it will be 855 instead of 666. The reason I'm doing this is if we are going to technology. Here we have the same, it is the same 3 things. We have an administrative, a diplomatic technology tree, and a military technology tree. And the reason I want this is when we reach level 5, currently we are in level 3. When we reach level 5, as you can see here, we will get 1 idea group. Idea group is this light bolt. And here we can get ideas. You can see here it unlocks at level 5. And you can choose a whole lot. I will go into this later, but it is a lot of benefits. The reason I want these are the national ideas, which are my own ideas, which I've set up myself, and I can start getting these bonuses. So for each 3 national ideas I develop, I get 1 of these. So, and these will release, as you can see in my short video, more efficient tax collecting, military and production for me. So yeah, so that will be my focus. I really love getting this up very fast. Military is nice too, mostly because it adds morale, discipline and fighting abilities to your army, but that's primarily what you get out of this. And diplomatic is your navy and your trade. So these are both good, but this extra idea group, I just find that very, very good. That's this early idea group, I find that really, really good. Yeah, so that will be that. In here, we are at peace now, so I could drop the maintenance of my army, and I could stop maintaining forts. You can see these 2 things cost money. I will not. I will be prepared at war. Also, because rebels and stuff like that could pop up by events. So yeah, as long as we're making 3 ducats a month, I'm not going to do that anyway. So we will go in here and we will hire a leader. You can see up here we can get a free military leader. So we will hire him just to get him in place. Yeah, and yeah. So everything is well, just very fast checking everything. Everything seems legit. The last one, of course, I can click because I have no subjects right now. I don't know why I tried clicking it. Yeah, we have a national decision. We will not take that. It will make us even more enemies with the Papal State and guarantees us a little bit of buffs, but it will make everybody else hate us. So, should we do that? We actually don't want to be friends with any of these nations. Yeah, I actually think I will do that. Normally I don't do that, but I think I'll do that in this campaign. So actually I should just have rivaled the Papal State, but yeah, I didn't know that. Up here you can see if there are any succession dispute. So this means that countries that do not have an heir or stuff like that, and you can try to get your dynasty into the throne and get some extra benefits and perhaps even get a personal union, so you will have quite a big amount of control over that country. So yeah, but I've been talking for 16 minutes now without doing anything, so I will start the time. You can click up here to do that, or you can just press the unpause button. As you can see, we have one red dot up here, so that means that we are going on speed 1. So a day has passed, so we have got our royal marriage with France. As you can see here, it now says break royal ties instead of royal marriage. So that's great, and they will give us an alliance when we can speak to them. Oh, they are actually offering us one, so we will accept that very happily. Yeah. Oh, an important thing here in the dove, if we click on our own nations, we can here see that we now have one relationship with another country, and we can have up to 4 relationships. So, and we will fill this out and perhaps even go one above. But we have to figure out who will be good nations for us to play with. So, and I actually think that Bavaria will be a good ally too, because they are not enemies with France or Hungary. So, yeah, that is 3 of our 4 relationship slots now, because Hungary also wanted to join. So that's great, mighty fine. So we will need at least one more of the stronger allies. Aragon has a lot of presence in our sphere of influence, but they will become a protectorate under not Navarra, no, Castile, and or France, and or become enemies with France. So I don't want to ride that horse. Spain and France are enemies also. That might change, and then we can change stuff too. We could ask Portugal, but Portugal are not that strong, but they do have a navy, and that could actually help us. But they really do not want to be friends. We should improve a lot before they want to. We could do it, but enemies with Hungary, so that won't fly for us either. Oh, Switzerland is actually rivals with Provence and Milan, so they will just take our 4th relationship slot. That's pretty good. So if you click on the dove here in the right corner and on your own country, you can see your diplomatic relationships. So these 4 blue blobs are our allies now. So we have a pretty strong protection from the north. So I feel pretty good about that. So let's see Genoa. They are allied with Austria and the Papal State. And they will join defensively. Switzerland will still join us and France would join us. So that's okay. I'm just trying to see if I could get this to refresh, but it doesn't help. No. I hope that the two royal marriages would have changed something, but it didn't. So we're just going steadily ahead on speed 1. Yeah, and we have a lot of money. So let's see, we have in here we can build our army up. We have a force limit of 17, and we currently have 12 soldiers, 12 forces. So we can build 5 more. We'll need 1 cav unit more, I think. It is not necessary. I will explain that in a second. So, and then we will build like that. Then we should hit 17. Yeah, the idea with the units, as I said, we have infantry, cavalry, and then we have artillery. Yeah, and the idea with the infantry is that they are the center of the army, the bulk of the army. They have a width depending on technology and other things, and the cavalry can flank, so they can go beyond the normal width, and the cannons can stand behind the line and still do damage. So the idea is that you want to be as wide as the enemy, so you want to have infantry enough to cover the entire line, and enough cavalry so that you won't be flanked by the enemy, and then cannons to do the actual damage. Here in the early game, the cannons, we can't get cannons. We need a couple of tech levels, and when we get them, they won't be that good. So the actual reason for having cannons early on is pretty much just to help out in sieges, because they give a siege bonus also. Cavalry actually move a little bit faster than infantry, and infantry move a little bit faster than artillery, but normally you move them in armies. They're mixed, so they will move the speed of the infantry. Yeah, so I think that's where I'm gonna stop for now, so I will see you next time, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye!